From a surprise last-minute participation in the 1980 Mr. Olympia competition to numerous allegations of misconduct, here's some of Arnold Schwarzenegger's most controversial moments that we just can't get over. Buckle up, cause this ain't gonna be pretty. Let's jump right in. First up on our controversy countdown is Arnie's unexpected comeback at the 1980 Mr. Olympia. This is the most famous controversy surrounding our macho man. Our boy here low-key fooled everyone into thinking he was just training for a movie role, while he's busy bulking up. It's 1980. The world's best bodybuilders are gathering in Sydney, Australia for the Mr. Olympia contest. But our boy Arnold, he's supposedly retired. Arnie's off being a movie star, or at least that's what everyone thinks. So here's what's happening. He keeps training, bulking up, and no one is the wiser. If anyone asks, he says it's for this new movie. No one knows what the movie is. No one suspects a thing. Then this guy shows up to the Mr. Olympia competition pretending to be a commentator, which, yeah, sure, why not, seems legit. And then at the last minute, after 5 years of not competing, bam! Surprise! He jumps into the competition, snatches that first place title, and leaves a trail of salty bodybuilders in his wake. I mean, damn Arnie, you got some guts. People were pissed. I mean, I would be too. And what's crazier is that at this point, he wasn't even the bulging behemoth from his peak bodybuilding days. He'd slimmed down quite a bit for his acting career, but he still won. And since we're on the subject of his Mr. Olympia win, let's not ignore the rumors that followed. Another controversy surrounded the same competition. The whispers were loud, my friends. Media outlets were abuzz. It seems Arnie was favored by the judges? Was there some sort of a backroom deal going on? They're saying he won because he had an understanding with the judges. They're even saying he won because he was famous. Competitors like Mike Mentzer and Boyer Coe were so pissed they swore off IFBB competitions for good. It was madness. We can't be sure about the judges being biased. I mean, what kind of judge would admit to foul play? But where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Just saying. Anyway, our boy Arnie's not only known for going big at competitions, he knows how to go big with the ladies too. His dating life is just as momentous as his bodybuilding career. Arnie wasn't just flexing his muscles, he was also flexing his game. You remember his beautiful ex-girlfriend Barbara Outland? Well, guess what their first date looked like? These two watched the moon landing together. I mean, talk about unconventional first dates, right? This is 1969. Space exploration is a huge deal. It's historical. Anyone else ever had a first date as historical as that one? Speaking of his time with Barbara Outland, here's a fun little tidbit. In her book about her time with Arnie, she claims that the man had terrible table manners. In fact, she called it a huge turnoff. Yikes. Somebody get this man an etiquette coach. Let's not forget the infamous cheating scandal either. Barbara eventually broke things off with Arnold over yet another controversy. She caught him in bed with a whole other woman. Ouch. Not cool, Arnie. Not cool. But I guess, against all odds, Arnie did manage to find himself someone who could see past his terrible table manners and his infidelity. It doesn't work out well, of course, but we'll save that bit for later. That's right, we're talking about his ex-wife, Maria Shriver. So here's something controversial about that one. Before they got married, Arnie had the strangest encounter with Maria's mom. We're talking about the first time he met his future mother-in-law. Now, normally, a situation like that, you're trying to impress the mom. You're keeping it a bit formal, kinda tasteful. You're trying to make her think you respect her daughter. You're a good guy. You're safe. You're respectful. But not this guy. First thing this dude did was straight up compliment her daughter Maria Shriver's backside to her mom. To her mom. That's right, he said, and I quote, "Your daughter's got a nice..." Excuse me, Arnold, but could you be any more cringe-inducing? Who compliments someone's body in front of their parents? Maybe it's a bodybuilder thing, obsessed with muscles and all. We don't know. Speaking of bodybuilding, we're all aware of how insanely muscular Arnold Schwarzenegger is. Even if you're too young to know Arnold Schwarzenegger, you must have seen a picture. Like the way this man looks, damn. He's like Oak of Austin, ripped, Hulk-level muscular. You look at him and you think, how? Well, we'll tell you how. The man was using steroids, of course. Not exactly a shocker, considering his insane physique. Let's dive a little deeper into that one, cause it's as juicy as a prime cut of steak. So picture this. It's the 1970s and Arnold is making a name for himself as a superhuman bodybuilding beast. I mean, the guy looked like he was chiseled out of a freaking mountain. In 1977, he does an interview with Oui magazine. The muscle man himself admits to using steroids during his competitive bodybuilding days. And here's where it gets even more controversial. Arnold was pretty unapologetic about the whole thing. He acted like it was just a part of the sport at the time, and even compared it to eating a bunch of meat to get protein. Gross. I mean, if it takes roids to look like that, count me out, buddy. Imagine the health complications. Steroids are illegal today, and for good reason. Now, since we're getting political, when Arnie decided to run for California's governor, Maria wasn't exactly thrilled. In fact, she was hyperventilating when he dropped the bomb on her. You'd think your husband would give you some kind of warning. What's worse is he went through with it despite her clear discomfort. Not quite the supportive spouse moment you'd expect, huh? Could have handled that one a bit better, Arnie. Like, be a bit considerate, damn. That's your life partner. I'm sure you'd want to be making some of your decisions together. Just disrespectful. And on the subject of him as governor, let's talk about his controversial comments about immigrants. In a shocking speech back in 2006, Arnold stated that immigrants should learn English. This is surprising considering his own immigrant roots. He did sort of make a recovery in 2019 when he reacted to Trump's immigration policies, especially the family separation policy at the border. He criticized it as cruel and un-American, showing a softer side to his stance. Then comes the biggie. You're not ready for this one. Arnie admitted that he had a child with his housekeeper while still being married to Maria. This one hit hard, y'all. Talk about a plot twist nobody saw coming. I, for one, simply cannot, and guess how he did it? In couples therapy. The therapist point blank asked him if Joseph was his son, and the man just said, "Yeah, that's my kid," in front of his wife. Just like that. They separated soon after, of course. I mean, how do you recover from something like that? If you thought the affair was the end of it, well, we have a surprise for you. Here's the most jaw-dropping one. Days before his governor election, our boy was hit with multiple allegations of inappropriate behavior. And I'm talking about allegations of assault of a nature. A whole bunch of women accused him of groping and harassing them over a span of 3 decades. The accusations were no small deal and created a media storm, to say the least. Now, we hate to tell you this, but Schwarzenegger's popularity didn't take much of a hit from the allegations. He went on to win the election and served as governor of California for 2 terms anyway. He's admitted his actions were not cool, but damn, that's one controversy he could have done without. And then on top of that, let's not forget those misconduct lawsuits that dogged Arnie during his governorship. Talk about adding fuel to the fire. Arnie, my man, you could have been an absolute legend, but these controversies? Nah, not cool. Now, you've got to be wondering, right? Like, how did he survive this? Was it because of his sincere apology? Or was it due to his immense popularity and fame? Or maybe people were just ready to overlook it? Honestly, it's hard to pin down. The incident remains a huge stain on his career and personal life. We'd argue that it's the biggest one. Despite his accomplishments, the controversy has had a serious impact on how we view Arnold. Just goes to show that even the mightiest can fall from grace. Phew, what a ride. This man's life has really been a real roller coaster. So there you have it, folks. From charges upon charges of sexual misconduct to his surprise act at the 1980 Mr. Olympia, these were 9 of Arnie's most controversial moments.